Tonight, the Toy Daddies stop by. We talk podcast, meetups, moose, and so much more. We also have our epic crossover event tonight. We'll be joining them on the TPC Top 10. There's nothing left to do but to cue the intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Between Two Sentinels. I, of course, am Jshot. Jay's hot if you like the new camera setup. I hope that worked because I can't see it when I do it. So hopefully that worked. And I, of course, am with the man who is chasing 30,000. Matchutoy, what is going on, my friend?
What's up?
Did it work, or did I just look and fade to black?
It worked. You know what? I'm glad that I wasn't paying attention to when you were setting it up because that really caught me off guard.
Oh, good. All right, good. So it wasn't a bad catch off guard. Okay, cool.
No.
Good. All right. So what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Spider-Man on the feed today.
It's I'm telling you, man. I don't know who's running things over at Hasbro, but it might as well be J. Jonah Jameson because it's all these goddamn pictures of Spider-Man. So that's all there is. That's all there is. Do you got your coffee ready? We got a long one today with our epic. It's the crossover event that nobody asked for, but everybody wants. Where we bring in the Toy Daddies, and then the Toy Daddies bring us over to the TPC Top 10, which I'm pretty excited about because I haven't paid any attention to the TPC Top 10. So I'll be seeing these pictures for the first time tonight, and we could talk about it. So it should be pretty good.
I've seen them on my feed. I've just been scrolling through, liking what I can, you know?
Right. Bearded already with the Unhinged crew. Coffee? That's for you to decide, Bearded. You know. Anyway, there's really only one way to bring on our new guests, and that is for us to start the song. They're very famous now jingle written by Yimbo himself. Should we sing it? Should we just bring them on? What should we do?
We have to have Yimbo do it.
We have to have Yimbo do it. All right. Can we unmute Yimbo and let him then rise in to the chant of TPC? Toy Daddies, TPC. Okay, so.
TPC and Toy Daddies. TPC and Toy Daddies. I had to do it with the eyes closed too. That when you should see the selfie video of me doing it.
Yimbo's out here looking like Christina Aguilera. TPC.
That's a much higher pitch than
That's
what the demo was, Yimbo.
It's always better produced, you know. So. Oh man! Well, we are so glad to have you guys here today. I know Chris had to bail for the last minute, so hope all is well with him. But we are so pumped to have you guys. Welcome, thank you so much for coming on. So,
and Chris is Toy.father.
Yeah, sorry for those of you guys not in the know. But yeah, so I don't know, where do you want to start? This is always the weird spot for me. I don't know if we just start with you. Do we want to check in with everybody? Matt and I have to get really better at being like, hey, make sure you guys like and subscribe because, you know, if you don't, we can't keep doing these things, I guess. I don't know. So,
I can handle that.
Oh, go for it.
Those in the chat, feel free to like the channel. Costs you nothing, means everything.
There you go.
Hit that subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever these two fine gentlemen go on air.
Oh, appreciate you lying. But yeah, so we got a bunch of people here already. Henrock, of course, says that he can't. Okay, and what's going on here? There we go. Can't make it, so he'll be part of the replay gang. Bearded already bringing in the Unhinged crew. Nico, how's it going, man? We got Go Figure Go. We want to start a chant. When I say Senti, you say Sentinels. Sen. That's. Well, hey, Nico finished it, so we got it. Sentinels. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but thank you, Go, for getting that started. Tenyo Toys is in the house with us. We got 8 and Skate. 8 and okay.
8 and Skate.
8 and Skate. My eyes are going already. Kevin's in the house. That is what is that? Big Daddy Gundam. Thank you all for joining. And be sure to follow us as we transfer over to TPC in a little bit. But for now, you're on our playground. So we're very vicious here and very well, very very tough, very not welcoming at all and comforting. So where do you want to start? Let's just give us a little brief intro. I don't know who wants to go first.
Yimbo, go first.
I'll go
Okay,
first. Okay. Well, hello everyone. I am Yimbo Reviews Everything, and I have been now actively toy streaming every Sunday since Toy Talk, which No.chewing is a part of, had me on many moons ago before YouTube was even a thing, and yeah, it's been a blast. I do it every Sunday night, and now I try to just do. We have our TPC top 10 on Wednesdays. I try to do little. I don't know. I just love talking about toys. It's toys are the greatest thing ever. It's always been in my life. It's like the one constant that since my early consciousness. And I regret that I had that stupid collector closet period, where I stopped buying toys and was like, well, I guess I can get collectibles, but that wasn't the same. And then I learned about toy photography, and yeah, so that's the simple thing.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
And is there a difference between Yimbo Reviews Everything and Yimbo Buys Everything, or is it just
that's
depending on that week?
So the channel, the idea, I mean, like, I've been creating content, but not like consistent. Like, the consistency really started with the Instagram toy community and posting, and then once I started going live, like, that became all right. I'm doing it. Like, that's what you need to do, and I love it. And it's a hangout every week, and it's so cool that it's grown and evolved, and new friends have been made. And yeah, but it's I did a podcast with my wife for a while. That was our first foray, but again, no consistency. I've always made little stupid YouTube videos, which are on my channel. I have like an Iron Dad one when I dressed up at school as Tony Stark. It's like, but I didn't know what YouTube was. I didn't know about the algorithm. I was like, oh, how does this work? You just post a video, then I guess you go viral. I don't know. Not the case. Not the case. This is really hard. But yeah, I don't know. So I've been doing this stuff for a long time. But in terms of the actual consistency, I guess it's been since March of 2021, I guess. So wow. I think that's when they had me on. But yeah, so it's been awesome, man. It's been a slow build, a slow grind. I love seeing the rise in the toy community, more people accepting, normalizing the fact that yes, we adults enjoy action figures. And I think that, yeah, it's really cool to see so many people embracing who they are and, just making friends, because, we were all like before, we were always just stuck, pre-internet. We all grew up in the pre-internet world, and it was like, you were this is what everybody, this is the world around me. Okay. like I guess there's
these
just
5 blocks.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
that was so cool to me. Like, you guys, oh man, like that was instant best friendship when we hung out at the Toy Con. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, oh, look at it. It was awesome. So
that really was like the best day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing,
it was.
Actually, I had the most unhumble moment when Toy.father goes over to me while I'm deciding what mythics to buy, and he's like, "Oh, those 2 guys know you." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Who knows me here?" And then you guys told me your names. I'm like, "Oh, okay, this makes totally way more sense now."
You have that immediate reaction of like, "Oh, these guys know you. How much money do I owe them?" Because that's always my thing. It's like, I don't owe anybody money. How do they know me? Yeah.
It's not money, but I'm from Boston, so I was just like, and how they know me. But so I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a really great natural transition. So good, give us something. Give us a little backstory.
Just like Yimbo, collecting for a very long time, surprisingly long, but kept it all in box. And then during pandemic, I think began of 21 for me. Not directly in the pandemic, but shortly, like, I don't know. Technically, I guess we just left it last summer, but I started with toy photography. I saw one special on Disney Plus, watching it with my kids, seeing Mitchell Wu talk about toy photography, and this very charismatic Asian guy taking pictures of toys. I'm like, oh, can I be this guy? Can I do this? So gave it a try and kept going with just mainly photography. But it really took off when the Sentinel came out. The and we're between two Sentinels, but that's really where it took off with me with actually doing lives. That was my first live. I did an unboxing with Toy.father. He had never seen me in like my real face, and he was surprised that I was even Asian. Like he was like, I didn't know you were Asian. I was like, yeah, I know chewing's pretty nondescript. I could be anything. I could be a moose. But I opened it up being super nervous about like doing this live and talk about unboxing. I unboxed like the biggest freaking item you could possibly unbox,
right,
like size wise. And ever since then, I went from nervous to becoming more comfortable. We did what's in the box for about a year, and then that folded into Toy Talk, and then rolled into, I think 8 weeks ago, we started Toy Pick Community Top 10, and still shooting on the side. Even to touch on what Yimbo was saying about the algorithm, I didn't know what the algorithm really did. Before photography, I used to do like these drawings and watercolor things. I'm like, I don't know. I had like 6 followers. It was terrible.
We still don't know what the algorithm is, so it doesn't matter, right? I mean, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed since 2021. Is that no one knows what the algorithm is?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
One last thing, like to even like reiterate what Yimbo said. It was the friendships and support and talking to people like you and that. And it's been great. Like that's my favorite part. And we could talk about toys all day, every day, and we can do. To the extent where my wife's always like, how long do you spend talking with people about toys each day? I'm like, I don't think you really want the answer.
I guess you would say how much you don't spend about talking about toys, right?
Sometimes I sleep.
Dude, so you guys know I teach like middle school, and I literally was having a conversation about kids like that they need to learn patience. I'm like, I love this job. You guys are the best. But I have things I want to be doing now. Like, you need to wait. It's a skill you have to practice. I'm like, you're going to be miserable adults because this is what I love doing. Literally before I got home and I just hopped on TikTok live because TikTok is like another weird hellscape that I'm trying to navigate. And I was like so low energy, and I just like, but I got this new, and we'll talk about him later. But I got the new SHF Batman figure, and I just wanted to so I just wanted to talk about him, and I was super low, super chill. And I was like, I'm just not even gonna put myself on camera. Here's some posing. I'm just and I'm like, but for real, I've seen somebody scrolling through lives, millions of people watching just nothing. There's nothing happening. At least I'm posting something and talking about a toy.
My favorite, though, was the other day. I think it was like Friday afternoon. My workday was about to end. I get a notification on my phone that Yimbo's going live on TikTok. And I click on it like after a few minutes. And he's having a conversation with these 2 women in a hair salon. One's getting her hair done. The other one is styling her hair, and they're both talking to Yimbo about toys. And I felt like I was having a fever dream because I don't understand how that happened. It was so fun.
Nuts. It was so fun and weird, and like it's my wife always warns me. She's like, what are you doing accepting random invites? I'm like, but it's TikTok, and like they have like policies, so like you can't just pop in and be weird. And I'm like, that wouldn't be me anyway. I'm not doing anything weird. So
just a grown man playing with toys. That's all.
Yeah, but it was so funny because
weird about that.
They were straight up. I was trying to do the interviewer thing that I've done on my channel. And what kind of superheroes would you be interested? And they're like, we don't know anybody. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know Spider-Man? All right, we know Spider-Man. Okay, well, there's a start. I'm like, who else do you know? We don't know anybody. I'm like, go name somebody. What about that Joker guy? And I'd be like, let's go Joker. Here we go. Like anybody they started, I just started pulling toys out. It was bizarre, but hilarious. They were lovely human beings. And it was just, hey, but they definitely shut down someone off camera because they were like, oh, come on. Shh. Like, it was definitely being like, look at this bearded 40-year-old weirdo playing with toys. I'm like, yeah, that's me. That is me. It's okay. Do what makes you happy.
Sometimes he doesn't have a beard.
Yeah,
that's true. Sometimes it's scruff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm all over the place.
That's fine. Yeah.
Sometimes I have super long hair and stuff gets weird.
Hey, but there's really no natural transition from 40-year-old beard weirdo playing with toys, but we'll figure out how to go from here. So Santi, No.chewing, that it really kind of started with you and Chris and Toy.father, right? And then how did Yimbo, how did you fit in? I guess we kind of got a little bit of individual backstory, but how did the Toy Daddies themselves form?
Oh, it didn't start with me.
Oh,
it started with Yimbo and Toy.father, and I forced myself into that grouping. I'm a Toy Daddy. I want to be part of this.
I like
this
the
one.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
We're not sponsored by anybody yet. Yeah. So, and if anything, I want to get sponsored by somebody who's cool with us cursing. That would be great. So
it's do you click the not for kids thing on the when we?
Yes, yeah, totally.
I always do the not for kids, but I still try. I know on my stream, and so I doubt they're watching tonight, but on my stream, I know my nieces and nephew are starting to get older, and during their bedtime, they'll watch me on slide. I think it's so cool. So I try to be, even though words are just words. I'm a big subscriber in the George Carlin, the 7 words you can't say on TV. They're whatever you empower them with, and if you're not using them to hurt someone, then they're just words. But I still try to be family friendly, for the little ones. But
I drop it when it's appropriate too.
We've had Mario on the show, so we're good.
Well, I was about to say, there was one time when I was looking back at the episodes, and there was only one episode that was just for kids, and it was the one that Mario was on, and I was like, how did this happen?
Oh,
Because
you
that's
guys get
the only one
flagged. You can check
wanna
that
have.
later off. Change that.
Yeah.
By the way, I see D Blake makes, yes, you are a toy daddy. That's what as soon as I find out someone's a toy parent, that's what I hit them with. I'm like, oh yeah, because there's a special bond, there's a cool little extra aspect to being in the toy community when you get to kind of see it through the eyes of your kids. It's just there's just a little extra different thing. But Toy Daddies literally started. It was I pitched it to Chris, to Toy.father, because he's the Toy.father, and we were talking about we should that would be fun to talk about. I think the first thing we did was this talk about the Spider-Man movies and just recapping and going through all of those. And I was like, I'm like, well, you're the Toy.father. I'm a daddy. We could be the Toy Daddies. And it just he's like, that name is ridiculous. I'm like, I didn't call it the Toy Daddies. I just called it the Toy Daddies.
I also like this idea, Santi, of you wanting to be a part of the group but not having kids yet, and be going to your wife, being like, babe, hear me out. Just listen. I want to be part of this group.
I have this 9-month plan.
Yeah. And 9 months later, I was part of the group. It's
I qualified.
Yeah.
But even the part about having kids and seeing it through their eyes, and it might be a good segue. I have a giant, massive box that I received from Hasbro this week that has the Ghostbuster HasLab, and it's sitting in my office.
Very cool.
And it's the biggest box imaginable. It's so heavy. I don't understand this thing, but my son saw it, and he's 5, and he's like, "What's in the box?" I'm like, I don't know. And he's trying to read it. I was like, we'll open it over the weekend, but he's going to be super thrilled and probably running around with a $400 pack for months.
I like this. Tenyo Toys has dubbed Matt the toy uncle.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about. See? It's the best. It can fit. It works. That's what I mean. It's just so cool. I love it.
Uncle Matchu. That's it. So,
yep.
All right. This is great.
Toy Auntie.
Okay.
See, everything plays.
Auntie.
Everything plays.
It works. It works.
Does.
It all gets there. It's one big family. That's what it boils down to. All right. So just the idea of the Toy Daddy, watching that conversation unfold. You're like, is that really what we want to call ourselves? Just roll with it. We'll just roll with it.
Chris was super hesitant, and I'm like, just come on, man, it's gonna pick up. Just do it. And then and Santi and I are super honored. We're all the 3 of us were very honored to have this opportunity with the Toy Pick community to be their quote unquote faces of the channel. And man, that all started just because they were they had posted about asking for guest nominators and stuff, and of course I didn't even ask them. I was just like, hey, we could put the cardigans on and the 3 Toy Daddies could take a week. And then it just snowballed.
That's true. You pushed the Toy Daddies into that one. Yeah Actually, even to roll it back to when we met in New Jersey, it was on day 2. Remember that morning me and Chris went back to the Toy Con. We weren't supposed to. We were supposed to drive and hit
Yeah.
a bunch of comic shops on the way home, and we didn't do any of that. We went back.
That was
to the
my
con.
fault, by the way. 'cause
I imagined it was, but I couldn't remember because I was drinking with Yimbo the night before. So fuzzy.
I was talking to Chris and I was like, dude, if you go back, and I suggest you do go back, you have to get that deluxe barbarian builder set. And I think he got 2, right?
He got it. What he didn't get 2 barbs, but I think he did spend like $100 or something. He bought more than the one figure, and so did I. I left with like $240 more of mythic stuff that day. It was very
you guys had
questionable.
those other Fox Forge toys too, right? The extra ones.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, but about that is that day we just started interviewing people on IG. So Jeremy from Mythic, we interviewed the boys from Fox Forge Toys. We interviewed Lone Wolf Labs. No.
Yeah, Lone Wolf Labs.
Lone Wolf Labs, yeah.
And we just kept kind of going about that for the entire morning. And then Toy Pit community started talking to Toy.father. Like he wanted Toy.father involved in more interview like scenarios.
Mm. I can't believe you guys have been doing that for 8 weeks already. Like that's crazy. That's been awesome though. So it really just started from that con where it was just like initial conversation, and then Yimbo just casually volunteers everybody.
Yep, casually volunteered. I was not involved in this. Again, I was like the third person, kind of being like
left out.
Me
like,
too?
What's happening?
Am I in this one too? Oh, okay, cool. This was like
see-
a collab, like one off.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
So-
Trevor in the chat. What's up, Trevor? And Chubbsy's in
Trevor,
there. This is awesome.
Yo,
Trevor's
New
in-
people,
yeah.
my boys.
Yeah. We got let's see who else we got in here. We got AZ Toy Hunters Guild is here. So thank you very much for joining. He's talking about the Proton Pack. I didn't order the Proton Pack. Did you guys order anybody? Well, Tony, you said you did, but
Oh, I
you haven't
did.
opened it yet.
I can't believe you haven't opened it. That's nuts.
It's called Willpower and No
Yeah.
Time. And this is like the third stream in the week. It's Wednesday.
That's true.
When am I opening this? I have a day job too.
I know.
It took me a couple of months to open Galactus, so don't worry. I feel you. I feel you on that.
But when I
Wow.
picked it up, like it was left outside in front of my house. It didn't make it to my front door. And I lifted it up. It's like 2/3 of me. It's like, geez.
Wow. Jeez, I didn't realize it was that big. That's crazy. All right, so 8 weeks of TPC. What have you guys learned? What are you guys doing differently? What have you like? What's the experience been from your side? Like we see it on our side, right? We watch you, we enjoy that. But like, what's that been from your side of it?
You know,
yeah, do it up something.
I think when we first set out with it, we had a plan. We wanted to keep it easy, but we also have like each day we have all these like grand plans and ideas of how, we could do this show and this show and this segment, and you know, we haven't done any of those yet, and we've kept it to this one show. And we initially wanted to do it like recorded, but I don't know if Chris would agree, but I think Yimbo, you agree, like doing it live is so fun to hear like from the people that are actually that made it to the top 10 to tell us, even in the chat, like their gratitude, their support. But we ask 3 questions normally, or always. We always ask these 3 questions, whether they respond with it or not. We ask it to get to know the person behind the camera. So we always ask, what was your favorite toy growing up? What was the story behind the picture? And lastly, what is making you happy in the toy community currently? And the last question is always the most meaningful because we actually hear, you know, the sentiment of like gratitude, support, encouragement, inspiration, fun, joy, all these like great positive things.
The friendship is always coming up, you know?
Yeah.
And it's nice. I think I mentioned last week on the stream, but like my favorite line from the X-Men movies that with Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman is when they're both I think they did it twice at Cerebro, and Professor X shows all the mutants around the world, and Logan looks around and he says, "We're not as alone as you think." And that's the same feeling I get each week when we hear from the top 10.
Matt, I feel like that's your next like video that you need to put up.
You knew the gears were turning, right?
Oh, please
all
do.
the
I
images
want
of
that stop
random
motion.
people. Just all the logos of everybody on
Yeah.
Instagram.
on the toy community stuff. That's awesome. I mean, like, you know, that's always been my part of this, right? I mean, I'm coming into this so much later than everybody else, but my favorite part has just been the community, right? Like, there's nothing like, you know, like, yeah, we push each other to make each other better and like things like that, but there's never been like any malice or any intentional malice or anger, right? It's always or like a competition because, you know, we already know that like 1 6-shooter wins. So like, why would there be a competition? So, you know, we just keep trying to do things and just trying to get better and do it ourselves. I mean, that's really been the best part of this. It's why we do this. It's why we stopped you guys at, you know, ToyCon. You know, mind you, I wish Chris was here. We tell the story about me, you know, making sure he
You can still tell it. Yeah.
making sure he washed his hands in the bathroom. So
Hey, listen, you shoot your shot, okay?
hey, that's
It's okay.
it. Wherever it is, no
And
matter
that's
what.
the Jshot.
That's the Jshot. I don't know if that works, but
No,
J-
okay.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's your new. It's your new tag.
Careful. Shoot your Jshot? That doesn't work. I
No,
don't think
it's
that works.
Jay's hot. If I met you in the bathroom.
Oh,
There you go.
there it is. Jay's hot if I met you in the bathroom. So, oh my god. I don't know if this is gonna work. Ready? It's Jshot. Jay's hot if I met you in the bathroom. That works.
There you go.
It is. There it is.
I love that you have a camera set up just for this.
Just for that.
Yep.
Just for that. Matt's like, oh cool, you can have the second cam for toys. I'm like, no. There's one thing, only one thing it's here for. So, but all right.
I know I've said this before, but like meeting you guys in person and then we got to hang out at Legion's Con too, and that was fantastic.
Right.
And it's I always equate it back to like, why did you become friends with kids that you were friends with in elementary school? Because you were like, oh, you like the X-Men, oh, Cyclops, Wolverine, you know, like, and that's how you bonded. And then that's this. I think it's all similar shared interests, but we also have the common goal of like pushing each other and making each other better. And again, you know, like I always try to say, like, this is also this whole experience, this whole social media thing has been so humbling too, because again, you know, throwing it out to somebody like, you know, Trevor, like I know I'm not going to be the best toy photographer, and that's cool because I'm just trying to focus on my photography and making myself being a better version of me. So it's like, it's helped me as a, you know, as a person, as a man, and all of that type of, like, it really, it's so wonderful. I love doing all this stuff. Sorry, that's
It's great.
all good.
It's
all good.
I mean, it's exactly what it is, right? I mean, there's, you know, and again, in the short time that, like, you know, I've been a part of this community, it's just been amazing. And look, there's also like this part where, you know, and I know that this is like probably bleed over a little bit, but like, you know, you talk to like other comic book nerds, right? There are people that'll be like, oh, did you read such and such? People be like, I don't read that. That's like not cool. And you're like, there's nothing here about that, right? If you're like, you know, the only people that get hate are people that are like, you know, Loyal Best is the best Ninja Turtles. No one agrees to that. They're the terrible Ninja Turtles, but Best Action, they're the terrible Ninja Turtles. But no one says that, so it's okay. So, you know, don't worry.
Wait, what Ninja Turtles?
The best action.
Best Action?
Best Action.
Oh, is that the Walmart? Like, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm following. Yeah,
that's the only shade that gets thrown.
I'll share.
You could have just said Playmates.
No, there's
Playmates
nothing wrong with
right
the
now.
Playmates.
But John, you're
Playmates
totally,
right
but you're totally right, dude. Because like, that's another of these life lessons I've picked up in the last couple of years of like, why it takes a special kind of person to crap on something that gets someone else excited.
Right.
Like, what is that? Like, if
Right.
it's not for you, it's not for you. Like, that's it. So like, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So look, even here you go. We got a shout out 1-6-shooter guy.
Oh, thanks, Trev.
go.
I appreciate it, man. I try not to
All
bother
right.
with the tags, but I was like insanely proud of that. And it's again listening to Trev. Like I've been shouting out Trevor and D Amazing because the two guys, like, again, they don't need to talk to me, and I would pepper them with questions. And they like I've learned so much, and it just so yeah. Thank you, Trev. Give me
And,
all.
Jay's hot if you like pineapple on pizza. Kevin, I believe that was the first time that I did the Jay's hot thing. I try not to duplicate them, but it's getting harder and harder to just come up with ridiculous stuff. Mrs. Wubsy says you guys are the best, so really shout out to the Toy Daddies there.
I'm gonna try to see them on Saturday for Toy Addict 17's birthday. I'm gonna see if I can. I was texting him before, so I'm hoping to hit Chubsies. I'm hoping that's my plan.
Nice, very nice, very nice. Look at this.
When is that going to be?
Saturday.
When are you going?
Saturday.
Yeah, like I'm bringing my. This is see, look, I brought some talking points, things like you brought up comic books. I'm trying, being smarter about. I know my show is Yimble Buys Everything because that's how it felt for so long when I started streaming. Was like I was straight up getting toy deliveries every single day, and walking out with multiple figures at a Target, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm at a point now where I'm like, yeah, I'm a little overrun, and I'm trying to be smarter with the economy and all. So my wife, my family, we took our kids to the library, and I discovered the whole massive graphic novel section. So I'm finally teaching myself about the Batman Who Laughs. Like, I have the toys. Why do I have the toys? I don't even know the kids. So now I'm learning. Awesome. And then anybody read Harley Black, White, and Red? Because I'm excited to. I'm pumped to. It's all different artwork, looks like. But this has been super awesome in terms of another like multiverse story. Anyway,
I swear,
I'm trying to get back into it.
Yeah, but when you said I'm teaching myself, and I was like, he's teaching himself to read. How good is that? Oh wow. Then I remembered you were a teacher, and I was like, "Ooh, that's not good."
I'm an English teacher.
Oh, that's not good.
It's all good. On Monday's stream, Toy.father turned to me for a math question. I'm like, "You're in education. What are you asking me math for?"
Remember when teachers said that it's not like you're going to have a calculator in your pocket all the time.
Or were they wrong?
Yeah.
Oh. Trevor says he will talk to anyone about toy photography. Probably too much. I think we all could do that.
I think so.
But we'd all pick your brain probably and keep you around too long too, Trevor. I think that's what you got to be careful of. It's just all of us being respectful of your time for that. All right, so Yimbo, you're coming this way on Saturday. I was going to ask any toy cons because there's a show, I think, Matt, in Woodbridge, right? On
this weekend?
It's this weekend, I think, is
it?
one. So I think so. What's today's date? Today's the 18th. I think there's one. Yeah, I think there's one. I think it's the 21st. So that should be about right. So
oh man.
There you go. So
what are you doing this weekend?
I guess I'm going to a toy show on Saturday and then hitting up Chubsy for Toy Addict 17's birthday. Oh, I guess that's what's happening. Well, I was going to say, what's the plan for this year? What are you guys planning on coming down for, or what? Because I know it's a ride for you. What's yeah?
I do want to make it down from the toy show in May, the Toy Con. Then after that, on July 30th, there's actually a con near me, Chris Con.
Hey,
and
if we want to go, we can carpool. I'm going. That'd be cool. Unless my family does come, I don't know. No, that's all right. You want a couple twins in the car? It's all good. No, but
Chris Con, I think it was the first official one last year, and it was great. They had Valiverse and Jeremy from Mythic show up to sell their products. I think Detour Custom, who's in the chat too, he was there as well.
What's up, Steph?
Chris Con's a real thing. I thought that was like a joke. I thought that
no, Red Wagon Dioramas is one of the guys, right? He's one of the coordinators. I forget all the other, but he made an awesome YouTube video recapping it on his YouTube channel. I think it's another guy to shout out.
Yeah, it's a smaller, more local one. What's that?
Does it have like a focus? Like Legions Con is more for like Mythic Legions. Like Chris Con. When I heard Chris Con, I'm like
guy named Chris. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
I'm like,
it kind of is. It's led by a guy named Chris.
Yeah, I can't go. We can't go.
Like I can't be a toy daddy. I can't go to Chris Con.
Excluded everywhere. But no, it's a con. I think it's mainly about a good portion of it is toy photography, and then a little bit of customization, and then just set. There was a bunch of booths to sell toys as well. But I think it's mainly focused on toy photography because they had a bunch of styles set up. So you could just bring your camera, you could buy a toy, you could bring a toy and take a picture on amongst I think they had 30 different dios.
Really?
So it was a fun time.
Every time you were in either the background of a video or in a picture, you just had this pure innocent joy. Like every you look so happy. It's just you were loving every moment. You could see you had a glow about you in all of it in that video.
Well, it was just like that feeling I had when I met y'all at ToyCon. This one I ran into our buddy Tuscan Traders. I went with him, but then I met Red Wagon. I met Sir Dork there. I met Mr. Stevie was there. Shooting the Galaxy. They had like a bunch of
Oh wow.
semi-local, I guess, photographers and people from New York that would just drive up. But it was a really chill time. It was a good time. I think even then I spent like $300 on Mythic. It was interesting to walk away. I think this was my first time buying a bunch of Mythic in a box.
That's awesome. Chubsy's volunteering the Chubsy Wubsy Mobile. We could all just pack in and drive
There
up
we
to.
go.
Can we
up to
just
Chris
make
Con.
a reel of all the toy photographers just coming out of the Chubsy
Oh my
mobile, like a clown car?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Matt.
definitely.
Oh my
There you
goodness.
go. There you
Camera,
go.
cameras,
That's
and an action
awesome.
figure.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Wow.
Saturday,
Not
it's
me
World
though.
War.
You three
Oh,
and others.
We'll just print out your face
Ooh,
Yeah.
could you?
and just include you in the video.
Oh, I love that.
do we even need to print out? One of us should just be in a green morph suit, and we could just put him over it, right? So
I just I could just take a
yeah,
I could just
not
Yeah,
this
go ahead.
morph, not this morph, like a green suit. Yeah.
No. I want that morph.
Oh, you want this morph?
Yeah,
You can't have-
make me.
You can't have
into
this. This is Cheney's favorite figure. You can't have this one. So.
them. That was my.
I
I
had
think
that
we
one
spoke
too.
about that. That was my favorite figure growing up as a kid.
Because of the
Cyclops and
heads.
Wolverine heads, right?
Yeah,
the head
yep.
sculpts.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just
Head
swapped
sculpts.
them out. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. I remember, like back then, we thought this head sculpt was amazing. It was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
look at it now. It's like, yeah, it's terrifying.
It didn't even look like more from the cartoon. Who
No,
didn't even look
this is-
that great.
It doesn't even look like a human. Yeah.
I think that was my first like interchangeable head sculpt figure. It was mind blowing, that morph. I'm so happy. My mom, I remember thanking her, and I still thank her for like not chucking my stuff. She did get rid of like bigger pieces. Like I'm still a little raw about the Thundercats castle and the Thunder Tank. Like she got rid of those original ones, but she kept my original like line. They're not worth anything because they're all beat up and everything, but they're my toys. I get to put them up on the shelf as neat.
Yeah, my mom
You
saved
are-
the same loads and loads of bins, but it's been like 20 years, and apparently dust goes through boxes, and so I have them all here in my house, but I need to spend like I don't know a month cleaning them, hosing them off, and leaving them out in the sun.
I also
Why-
worry
why-
about the old Motu rubber band. Sorry.
Oh no.
With the legs,
Yeah. It's kind of amazing how some of them have lasted this long. It's not even like whether or not if it would break. It's like it should break by now.
Right.
Interestingly, the toys, because they're all in clear bins, and my son saw them, and every so often he'll ask me to take a toy out. Did you guys ever play with Exo Squad back in the
Sounds
90s?
familiar.
I remember the cartoon more than I remember the action figures.
So one of them, and my son wanted to play with it. So I'm like, all right, it's not too dusty. I just wiped it off with some Clorox wipes and gave it to him. The batteries still worked.
Wow.
It had been in there for like 25 years. I was like, this
And
is
it didn't
this is
corrode.
a solid toy.
That's
No, it was
impressive.
just perfectly. It ran. I was like, wow.
That's really impressive. This was a recent purchase, believe it or not. So when we first got the Sentinels and I was doing that Night of the Sentinels shot,
Oh yeah.
I was originally like, what do you say? Well, there's no Marvel Legends morph. I was like, there was a morph back in the day. I'll just buy that morph. And then like putting him out and realizing like the lack of articulation and how he looked next to the Sentinel, I was like, this is garbage. Or, but now he's just like, he just chills on my desk. So
That's the
happy to have
5-inch,
it.
right? So he would make the Sentinel
yeah.
look bigger.
he did. Yeah, he definitely make the
Yeah.
Sentinel look bigger.
Yeah.
So
D Blake Mix wants to come up too. I'm telling you,
do
this is really awesome. Like we really could coordinate a caravan.
Let's just get a bus.
Yeah.
Chubsy says he can fit 8 people in his.
Oh,
in his
wow.
truck.
Ooh.
The question though, Chubbs, is can you fit 8 people plus hulls on the way back?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I think you just gotta get one of those rocket boxes to toss on the top
Just
of the
put it
car,
at the top.
and that can fill all the halls. Maybe you need 2 rocket boxes,
Too right.
or before you leave, everyone has to unbox everything on one massive live, because you can buy $1,000 worth of stuff. It's gonna fit into a duffel bag after you remove all the packaging.
But I don't throw out my boxes, Santi.
Hoarder,
You do now, you
gotta get rid of it.
do now.
The funny thing is, if I did, like, this is my final, like, I've been holding that line because I know if I said, that's it, I'm throwing them all out, it would just welcome me, like, I would just start getting into that Yimbo buys everything again. So, like, this is actually stopping me and keeping me with our, like, Seti and I with Toy Chris, we're doing, like, trying to hold to a 52 new figures this year.
Oh my god, that's the hardest thing right now.
I still have to update my spreadsheet. I still have to update my
You're up to
spreadsheet.
18?
Well, I have 12. It's been 18 days. 12
Okay.
figures.
12.
This is not going well.
I'm
I
over
don't have
10.
the best
I'm
control.
over 10.
When I
Yeah.
heard that you guys were just limiting to yourselves to 52 figures, I was like,
Does it sound like you have a problem though when you're like, oh, 52 is not a bot? Holy.
It's not. My wife was like 52 figures. That's a lot of figures. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess you haven't seen the basement. No, she has seen the basement. Like that she knows.
It's like, honey, we
But,
should
yeah.
talk. So that
Yeah.
room that I don't let you go into has more than 52 in there.
I believe
just a little bit more than 52.
Yeah.
So yeah.
some of the toy shows we went to last year, Jshot, like we brought back more than 52.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
No,
like
there
I
was-
put it up on the Discord too, and it was like it was on the Enablers Discord, and I showed all the stuff that I got, and I was like, yeah, I had to go to Walmart to go get like detergent, and you see the little boxes of detergent on the corner. This is proof, but there was a toy show like right across the street.
Remember that like first one we went to, there was that guy who was like basically just trying to get rid of every Black Series figure he had.
Oh yeah,
And we were like, this is a challenge. Let's buy them all. So yeah,
we did.
I think we did. We bought them all. And he thanked us and he went home empty-handed, and we were like, cool, look at this. And we bought the figure allotment that
and I showed you when I threw out the boxes too. I was disgusted when it was 37 boxes from Black Series.
Yeah, it's
Well, one thing I'm doing is, just like I don't know, like I know many of us do it is, like I try to, I don't do the scalping flipping thing. I'm actively like I've been saying this for months now. I am out of that. You will not have to deal with me as competition in a store. I'm not looking for, because I got in that habit of like, well, I'll get these because even if I could shoot it, but like it might be worth something. Who knows? No, I'm not playing that game. I'm just getting things I want to photograph and that I want.
That's
all
been on our head, right? We've all thought about it at least a couple times.
Oh yeah. So what I'm doing for my list of 52 is, as long as if something goes out, then that is a spot. So I just got rid of today, shipped out, because I've been out of the like I realized that as much as I enjoy Star Wars, I'm not super knowledgeable outside of just I'm a casual Star Wars fan. So I sold the Stormtrooper with the Purge baton thing. I don't know. He's a Gamerverse guy, so he was cool. But I saved myself a spot.
Nice. There are rules to the 52, so you can sell. You'll be credited one spot back. You can give away, but you only get half a credit. So you give away 2 figures, you get 1 more slot back.
Are these rules or are they loopholes?
These are all
if
they're
you
more like
establish them
guidelines.
ahead of time, they're rules.
And then when
If you bend it and don't tell anyone,
That's a loophole.
And also the turtles, for instance, count as 1.
That makes sense. That makes
What if you
sense.
buy them what if you buy them in 2-packs?
You bought them. I was gonna say, if it's in a 4-pack,
One.
it's 1.
I
If it's a
disagreed
2-pack,
with this
it's 1.
ruling, but I was overruled because that is insane theory.
Is this a Toy Daddy council thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so I can't be on the council.
You want me
Can I
to
have a
help you?
seat but not have the rank of
Daddy.
daddy?
Of Daddy.
You can help with the final rulings on slots.
That's how Vader came to be. I'm a little nervous about that ruling.
Watch out for your younglings. All right, so we talked about some cons there. All right, so you got 52 slots that you could fill. So of those 52, what is your most anticipated figure this year? And don't say 89 Batman. We're not going down that hole again. We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
Well, I'll tell you.
Not happening.
We talked about this a little bit in the chat, and I know the Toy Daddies here are split, but Santi pre-ordered them, and I'm currently passing on that game Spider-Man. As much as I wanted that figure, because all the Legends versions, second aftermarket through the roof, the figure arts, like you couldn't get that for a reasonable price. And I was super excited, but then like, I don't need those webs. I'm kind of annoyed. I mean, I know I have a ton of Spider-Man hands, but like the mismatch and there's no extra head sculpt. It was to me was a big ask. Like Kamakura, people got mad at, and he was 32, and at least he had a bunch of other stuff. Like I felt justified with like everything in it.
Is that the GI Joe?
That's the GI Joe, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's the Scottish Ninja, I believe.
Remember how Chris was so sad? He goes, "Wait, what?" Yeah, it's
The
Bill
Scottish
Bill
Ninja?
Kamakura.
He has red hair, so I call him the Scottish Ninja. I don't know the lore. I'm probably offending some Joe fans.
I think his name is Sean, right? I forget. Yeah, we went through that whole thing.
I believe it was called Oshan.
Or Sean.
But yeah, like so I mean, do I think it's awesome? And am I gonna be happy to see Santi's pictures? Absolutely. Anybody that wants it, like I always say it on my show, like I will never make you feel bad about how you spend your money or your time. I'm never gonna tell you how to spend your money or your time. So
Yeah,
that's just I know for me.
I bought it and I love that video game. I like that the bucket's on. I ordered it. Instead of thinking about like, oh, it's overpriced, I was thinking about recently, I'm like, oh, what could have made it better? Honestly, I probably would have paid $40 if it came with a bunch of other cool stuff. Like, give me that Game Reverse heads and give me the second set of arms, throw away the bendy wires and all that other stuff. And that's probably would be enough for me to be like, all right, that was a cool figure.
No, it's on the. We'll get to Go's question in a second, but it's on the like Amazing Fantasy book, right? Like that's the.
That was the
Renew Your Vows.
Oh, the Renew Your Vows.
So you got you got the toe articulation.
Toe articulation. Oh, gotcha.
And the drop down hips.
The seductive toe articulation.
Wow.
But to get back to your
pay
question,
for it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, everyone does.
Oh,
No. The figure on my list that I'm most excited for, it's probably between. Well, one is coming in on Saturday. I ended up getting the Reveltech Mickey Mouse from Big Bad when it was on sale.
Nice.
So I'm excited to get that because I'm a big Disney fan, and when it was priced at $100, I wasn't that. I love Mickey Mouse. I'm not going that far into fandom, but for $58, totally.
I got it too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And
did
then,
you get it, Don?
I know you sent it to me, and I told you it was an instant buy, and I just like got busy and totally blanked on it until you just said it now that I forgot to get it. So,
well, you can still get it for $100.
Yeah. So, all right, or I could buy it from you when you're done with it, and you can open up a new slot on your 52.
There you go. There you go.
That'd be interesting. I'll see you in November. But I'm at like 120. I'm like, oh God, got per 70 figures.
Did I just pre-order that now from you? Is that what happened?
Yeah, you did. Because I just realized, how are we going to go to ToyCon in October and keeping this under 52 figures?
I don't think I'm going to go. I think in October, depending on how it goes. And back to your other question, we keep tangenting. I think it's Legion Con versus ToyCon. But again, last year I didn't attend Legion Con because of scheduling. Same with Toy.father. That's why we ended up going to ToyCon.
Got it. Okay.
And I know
Jed.
Yeah. I was just gonna answer. Go figure. Go's question.
Yeah, because he keeps asking. He's asked now 4 times, so we might as well get to him.
It's just the ref shirt that came in one of those, packs with the chair and everything, and Vapor's my ref for all of my goofy wrestling shots. So, like the or the 2, So that's all it is. That was. I told you a lot of times I will take a picture and they literally, unless it's a Mezco, typically just go back on the shelf in the pose that I had them in for my picture. But except for Mezco has to go back to vanilla because I don't want to stretch their clothing out.
Right.
I think on the second place on my list would be that 5K Not Clark, and that's inspired me to pull the trigger on the Mezco Superman. That's supposed to come out next month, but it's probably gonna be like
with the Starro,
August.
The Starro stuff, right?
With the heat vision eyes, 5 head sculpts.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Now
that's a good.
I got that Clark too.
Me too. I'm excited.
And I got it from Entertainment Earth, free ship. So at least you save the $4 that you would spend at Big Bad.
Wait, the Clark Kent was over there?
No, the Mezco Superman. But
the Mezco Superman. Yeah. See, that one I still haven't ordered because it's so similar to the Christopher Reeve Superman, and I love that one. but I know it's the good comic. It's a good comic one.
Did you end up? You got the 5K, not
Oh,
Clark.
I got the not Clark 5 from 5K.
I think that one matches with the Mezco Superman closer.
I know.
Or throw it out. Get the 5K Kingdom Come Superman that just came out.
Oh, but you know what I could do? Let's be honest. There we go. I could pop the head on any of those Clark Kent ones. Then this is it. This is the outfit. This is like that's why I had a hard time going for it.
Fine, Yimbo. Don't spend money.
I'm trying to be good. I told you. I'm like, I'm
save your spot. Yeah, I get it.
This is not like we're trying to enable some better fiscally responsible decisions. Not all, just some. Some better.
Yeah. I fight the urge to not mess with Toy.father and Yimbo would be like, hey, do you see this? It went on sale today. You should buy it.
I know your butt.
I'm also Blake is asking about since we're talking about 5K, if anybody got the Croc Hunter.
No,
it looks awesome. I know
Toy.father
did.
Yeah, Toy.father did. All right, well, we'll have to have him back and he can talk about that specifically. All right, so go ahead, Yimbo. What's your most anticipated?
So I just forgot that I pre-ordered. This is the problem with pre-orders. My brain is mush when it comes to pre-orders. I'll go and then I forget about it. So 3, I can mention 3. So the not Clark, the not Joker from Felix Toys. You know, like whatever they're calling that Joker, the Heath Ledger, because that looks fantastic, and I thought that he'll blend in perfectly with Mezco. And I really liked my Inkblot figure. Minus just being careful about swapping the wrists, but that figure looks amazing to me. So I got those 2 coming, and then the other big one was for me was the Batman Mezco pre-order, but I ended up getting the figure arts. He arrived 1 day shipping from Amazon because I was like, "There's no way this guy's coming out in March." Like Mezco is this, like I love it. I have so many. Nothing is ever timely, so. I'll see that in whatever 2027, and I'm still waiting for my Justice League trio. That's another one that was supposed to be in July, and now it's pushed to next July.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
It's anybody else waiting on that one, or no? Like the Snyder, the trio.
I passed on that. I have the Mafex. I have the Mafex Justice League, so that's why I passed. Kevin asked the question: do head sculpts count towards the 52?
No,
they do not.
No,
head sculpts, dials, cars.
Has to be a full figure, right?
Yep.
Not just the head.
I think animals don't count, or it's just straight up. Well, that's a good question. Would a moose count?
Would a moose count? We got this, right?
Oh, well then I have to count that All-Star Wave horse. See, that's the other thing. I have so many of those. I have that All-Star Wave. Yeah. I have a bunch of those pre-ordered, and then the Cosmic Legions Wave 2 I went all in on. So like I have a lot of figures coming. It's like being patient. It's just waiting.
You're gonna have to start a zoo though.
What do you got over there, Matt?
I got the moose. We all got the moose. Right?
The moose.
Passing the moose.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
The moose is a little too heavy. I mean, it's a very big figure. The horns, not to be played with.
The moose knocked him loose. That's what happened there. The moose is loose. Oh, did you just lose a head sculpt?
Well, speaking of head sculpts,
you could just what'd you say, Sati, before you just mounted up to the wall there?
It's a new mount.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you just cut a little bit of
Well, I got him dressed again for it, man. What are you breaking my computer for, bro?
Give me the moose. Give me the moose.
You got him? All right, here we go.
Okay. He's still good.
You broke my computer, Matthew.
I'm sorry. Does that count towards 52?
If you break a figure, should breaking a figure count as a credit on your 52? I don't know.
I would just break all my toys.
We'll have to present it to the council.
Give me my moose back. Give me my moose back. All right. Oh, freaking thing. It's like all banged up now. Jeez. Oh.
I'm all sweaty now, Matt.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was that heavy.
Kevin's got a good loophole. He says he's just gonna buy parted out figures then. So this way you don't have to buy a full figure.
Build a figure parts.
Build a figure don't count.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to build it, and It's a loose piece. Yeah, I wouldn't count that.
It's a loose piece. All right. I mean, look, we could keep going, or it is 9 o'clock. It feels like it's time for the top 10. Should we continue this party over at TPC?
Yes, let's do that.
All right. Well,
All right.
any shout outs, anything we want to do before we move out? Let's plug. I mean, hopefully this crowd will follow us, but Yimbo reviews everything on Sundays. Toy Talk is on Mondays. TPC with the Toy Daddies is every Wednesday, or was it like fluid a little bit?
Wednesday, Thursday, depending
Wednesday,
on live
Thursday.
recorded.
It's
Yeah.
normally
Okay.
Thursday, but we this week we
Got
want
it.
to pass over.
All right. And then, obviously we want to give shout out to our friends who've been shouting us out as well on their streams. So, Toying Around and Kevin's got the Enablers on Tuesday, Unboxing on Thursday, Chat Migos Assemble and They're Not Dolls, Tuesdays and 30s. Dario's in the chat with us.
Yeah,
now.
buddy, there he is.
Unparalleled Universe, also Tuesdays and Fridays. You got the Bulbu Squadron, the Fallen Fett Chronicles. Trevor's got his figure booth. I've got on Mondays. They didn't have a show this Monday though, I think. So they got a big one coming up next week. And then you've got Trevor's got his show as well, Legion Lounge. Yep. So make sure. Oh, Jason just joined. What's up,
Awesome.
Jason?
What's going on?
We're all
Jack?
jumping. We're all jumping over. We're all jumping over to the
Yeah,
TPC.
so everyone, please follow. Go over to the search box, type in Toy Pick Community.
TPC, right?
Where-
Isn't it TPC? Yep.
Well,
Toy Pick
whatever you
Community.
want.
Hey, Toy
type
Pick,
in.
yeah.
You'll find the red logo with a mic. And
I will say it's when you search it on YouTube, that's where it is. It pops up. It's easy.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys again. Excited
See
for
you guys
our next crossover.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having
everybody
us.
watching. Like, subscribe. Thank you again. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.